The brand new trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth has arrived, and it tells us a whole lot more about this upcoming Jurassic Park sequel. It reveals heaps of new dinosaurs, and we get a much better look at this all-new island. There's some secrets hidden within this new trailer too, so let's jump into the details and break down Jurassic World Rebirth Trailer 2.
Sorry. Please open the door for me!
Welcome back to Jurassic Outpost. Thank you for joining me today. The second trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth just dropped, and it shows us a lot more of the new movie, including an all-new mutant dinosaur, the MUTADON. This new island where Zora Bennett leads her team is a mystery box of InGen's sordid history, and Jurassic World Rebirth will reveal some of their unethical experiments with dino DNA. The trailer opens with what is becoming a bit of a Gareth Edwards staple. We see the laboratory housing the D-Rex, the Distortus Rex. Thanks to information from Empire Magazine's summer issue and the movie being set 5 years after Dominion in 2027, we know that this sequence apparently takes place 17 years ago in the year 2010. This is the opening scene for Rebirth, as many of us had predicted, and it shows us the scientists responsible for the mutants' creation. A very high-intensity scene. We hear an employee scream in agony. Workers in hazmat suits run for the door while an emergency lockdown is initiated. Something clearly has gone wrong, and unfortunately for this guy, he gets stuck inside the tank. InGen's logo and the D-Rex name is listed on the outside of this tank. Workers scramble to lock the door as the guy pleads for them to open it. I have to say, seeing the InGen logo on these workers in this situation, in this lab, it just feels right.
I don't remember that on InGen's list.
It's because it wasn't on their list, and it makes you wonder what else they were up to.
As kids watching these movies, we always wondered what else InGen were up to. Well, we're about to find out.
Please. Sorry. Please open the door for me!
The new trailer gives us some more context for both the island and the mission, and the overall tone is more serious than the first. Rupert Friend's character Martin Krebs informs the team that 24 species have survived there alone, and Zora Bennett says,
"The theme park owners did experimental work. Maybe only the worst ones here."
We see Zora, Krebs, and Duncan cross this fence towards what looks like the laboratory from the outside, and a much cleaner shot of the MUTADON. You can see the lights flickering down there on the tank as we see the two-headed raptor mutant and the label on the outside. Was this yet another failed experiment? And as many had predicted, this trailer focuses in on the family, the Lincoln lawyer and his family, who find themselves in the original Jurassic Park novel, trying to avoid the T-Rex while in a river raft. This T-Rex is looking mighty fine, looking very similar to that original Rex that we all know and love. We see Ruben Delgado and his clan paddling down the river to avoid the majestic dinosaur, which casually wades into the water behind them. This sequence really is going to be a great one. It's something that Steven Spielberg and David Koepp have always wanted to include, and it's great that this many years on, one of Michael Crichton's most iconic chapters in his original novel is making it to the screen. This location is absolutely stunning too. We get much more of this sequence, a closer look at each of the characters as they struggle to avoid the chomping jaws of the T-Rex. We then hear a very large dinosaur roar through the trees, which is quickly followed by a huge herd of titanosaurs moving through a valley. These dinosaurs are truly stunning, and ILM have outdone themselves here. Now this shot, which we also saw in trailer 1, has perhaps been updated with much more complete VFX, and as have many shots we've seen glimpses of prior to this, with designs being completed and tweaked, VFX being finalized, and in this instance, I believe, a complete color regrade. Dr. Henry Loomis tells us that
if we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
We know that Martin Krebs needs the DNA of the 3 most colossal dinosaurs to create a drug to save humanity, and through some interviews and exclusives that have come out over the past couple of weeks, we know that supposedly the aim for this drug is to cure heart disease. How and why, we don't know, and there's still a chance that the mission is a setup for an alternative agenda, but for now, this is what we know. We see more of the Quetzalcoatlus temple sequence before Martin Krebs, seemingly now alone, looks up at a military helicopter hanging from the trees. Inside, the dead crew. Dr. Loomis fires a flare while stood on the dock. We can see a helicopter searching up above, and then we see our first full look at the Aqualops, a small dinosaur that befriends the group, hides in Isabella's backpack, and squeals when it senses danger nearby.
She's scared. What is she scared of?
And we see the jaws of a dinosaur appear through the mist behind Dr. Loomis before we see the Distortus Rex. We are now inside the lab for what we're thinking is the third act. The family are now with Duncan Kincaid, who says, "We're not going to let you get hurt." We see the four together before we see Zora stood in front of the gas station, which lights up. Qualtech can be seen on the sign as the InGen building illuminates, and here we see it, the MUTADON. What was described as a winged raptor attacks the group here who tried to hide out inside the gas station. What do you make of this new dinosaur? The MUTADON stands on two legs and has two very large wings with claws you wouldn't want to get near. And now the final scene of this trailer. It takes us back to the Spinosaurus Mosasaurus boat attack scene.
The Mosasaurus.
We found it?
No, it found us.
And we get a series of new shots from this sequence which shows us how vast this island's coastline is and how dangerous this all becomes for the characters, especially here as Zora dangles off the boat like Amanda in Jurassic Park 3. The trailer ends, and with it the announcement that tickets are now on sale. What a trailer. I have to say, I think I prefer this one to the first. It feels much more serious. There's less of the humor and much more of that tension, with Gareth himself saying that this movie is indeed a horror film. I was hoping the tone of the first trailer wasn't fully indicative of the whole movie, and I think this second trailer definitely proves that. In other words, I think the first trailer's intention was to grab the widest audience possible, children, adults, everyone. The second trailer is much more in line with the tone that I hope we see throughout the movie. Some great and ominous Jurassic music nods in this trailer score as well. We're going to have a great time listening to Alexandre Desplat's work on this film. What do you think of the MUTADON, and what about that opening scene? Share any and all thoughts you might have down below. Let's keep that discussion going. Jurassic World Rebirth hits theaters July 2nd, 2025, which really isn't that far off. Will you be there on opening night? Thank you for watching this video. Share those thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.